Hi, I welcome you all in YuktMind's unique initiative of 10 minutes and newspaper done. In this video, we'll be covering June 30th, the Hindu newspaper. So, let me share with you all why did we at YuktMind started this initiative. Current affairs being one of the major topics which is common to all subjects, be it pre or mains or GS or optional papers. It is a vast topic in itself and requires regular updation and coverage. However, time is the most valuable currency in UPSC preparation. So, using it wisely and judiciously is the key to acing this examination early and successfully. So, what we have done is we are covering only UPSC related news and that too in proper notes form. And most important part is we are covering the newspaper in just 10 minutes. We also understand there are many good daily news analysis available on YouTube. However, they in themselves take 1 or 2 hours of yours to finish the newspaper. So, by this initiative, we hope to bring value to your preparation. Let's get going. So, in this video, we'll be covering 5 news, starting with successful relocation of humans from a wildlife area, India's largest radio telescope, digital payments in panchayats, the open market sales scheme, and Assam's delimitation draft. So, the first news, Debrigad, a wildlife sanctuary in Badgarh district of Odisha, has been made completely free of any human settlement following one of the country's largest peaceful relocation of forest dwellers. So, please remember this is an example of peaceful relocation. So, this news can be related to various topics of GS mains syllabus, such as poverty and development issues of GS paper 1, welfare schemes for vulnerable sections of GS paper 2, inclusive growth and conservation of GS paper 3. So, in a state where permanent human settlements are common even within wildlife sanctuaries, Debrigad now stands out as an exception alongside the Nalbana bird sanctuary in Chilka Lake. The positive impact of this relocation was immediately evident in the tangible drop in incidents of man wildlife conflict in Debrigad. So, the second news, India's giant meter wave radio telescope, that is GMRT, was among the world's 6 large telescopes that played a vital role in providing evidence confirming the presence of gravitational waves using pulsar observations. So, this news is related to topic awareness in fields of space of GS paper 3. So, an international team of astronomers from India, Japan, and Europe has published the results from monitoring pulsars called Nature's Best Clocks by using 6 of world's most sensitive radio telescopes, including India's largest telescope, the Pune-based UGM-RT. So, according to scientists, these results provide a hint of evidence for the relentless vibrations of the fabric of the universe caused by ultra low frequency gravitational waves. Such waves are expected to originate from a large number of dancing monster black hole pairs, crores of times heavier than our sun. So, according to their studies, a time aberration was observed in the signals emerging from these pulsars. So, pulsars are a type of rapidly rotating neutron stars that are essentially embers of dead stars which are present in our galaxy. A pulsar is like a cosmic lighthouse as it emits radio beams that flashes by the earth regularly akin to a harbor lighthouse. As these signals are accurately timed, there is a great interest in studying these pulsars and to unravel the mysteries of the universe. The third news. All panchayats across the country will mandatorily use digital payments for the development work and revenue collection from this Independence Day and they will be declared UPI enabled. So, this news comes under the topic Governance, Transparency and Accountability of GS Paper 2. Sunil Kumar, Secretary Panchayati Raj Ministry, said almost 98% of the panchayats had already started UPI based payments. The fourth news, the open market sales scheme for wheat and rice. This news comes under the topic Issues and Challenges Pertaining to Federal Structure of GS Paper 2. States have been looking at alternate ways of procuring wheat and rice after FCI's imposed quantity restrictions, followed by the refusal to allow states to procure the two food grains through its open market sales scheme, that is OMSS. The center has made it clear that the reason for restricting supplies per bidder and eventually excluding states from procuring through auctions was to curb inflation and regulate supply. States such as Karnataka and Tamil Nadu have criticized the government for engaging in politics at the expense of marginalized beneficiaries of state welfare schemes. So, what is the open market sales scheme? Under this scheme, the FCI from time to time sells surplus food grains from the central pool, especially wheat and rice, in the open market to traders, bulk consumers, retail chains, and so on at predetermined prices. The center decided to restrict the quantity that a single bidder can purchase in a single bid under this scheme. While the maximum quantity allowed earlier was 3,000 metric tons per bid for a buyer, it will now range from 10 to 100 metric tons. The FCI claims that the quantities have been reduced this time to accommodate more small and marginal buyers and to ensure wider reach of the scheme. The objective behind the move is also to curb retail prices, as allowing smaller bids should ideally break monopolies of bulk buyers, allowing more competitive bids by small buyers. So, how has the center revised this scheme? First, the center had decided earlier this month to reduce the quantity a particular bidder can purchase under the scheme, but on June 13th, in a notification sent to the states, it stopped the sale of rice and wheat from the central pool under the scheme to state governments, also disallowing private bidders to sell their OMSS supplies to state governments. So, final news of the day, exploring Assam's delimitation draft. This news comes under the topic Parliament and State Legislature of GS Paper 2. So, on June 20th, the Election Commission released a draft proposal on the delimitation of Assembly and Lok Sabha constituencies in Assam. The number of assembly and parliamentary seats remain unchanged at 126 and 14, but many constituencies were proposed to be reshaped and the number of reserve seats have been increased. So, how did the delimitation exercise come about? Delimitation is the process of redrawing boundaries of Lok Sabha and state assembly constituencies based on a recent census to ensure each seat has an almost equal number of voters. So it is ideally carried out after a few years after a census by an independent delimitation commission formed under the provisions of the Delimitation Commission Act. Such panels were set up in 1952, 62, 72 before the exercise was suspended in 1976 due to the family planning program. Before the exercise of the next panel could be completed in 2008, the delimitation of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Jammu and Kashmir, Manipur, and Nagaland was deferred due to security risks through presidential orders. The center reconstituted the Delimitation Commission for the four northeastern states and the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir on 6 March of 2020. The EC notified the initiation of Assam's delimitation on December 27th of 2022. So, what is the process of delimitation? Under Article 82 of our Constitution, the Parliament enacts a delimitation act after every census. Under Article 170, states also get divided into territorial constituencies as per Delimitation Act after every census. So, what is the process of delimitation? Once the act is enforced, the Union government sets up a delimitation commission. So, what is the composition of this commission? The delimitation commission is appointed by President of India and works in collaboration with the Election Commission of India. The members are retired Supreme Court judge, chief election commissioner, and respective state election commissioners. So, how would the recent proposal pan out? If the draft is accepted, 24 assembly seats would be reshaped and renamed, while the number of reserve seats for scheduled tribes and scheduled castes would be increased from 16 to 19 and 8 to 9 respectively. So, why are many opposed to this proposal? There have been protests across Assam since the EC announced the draft proposal. Ethnic groups such as Ahoms are disappointed with the number of assembly seats reduced from eastern Assam and increased in western Assam. So, one of the contentions has been the use of Section 8A of Representation of People Act of 1950 to initiate the delimitation exercise. Section 8A only allows the reorientation of seats without any change in the total number. The use of 2001 census data has also raised hackles, as the contention is that EC used the 2011 census for completing the exercise in Jammu and Kashmir, where the number of seats increased. So, at last, let us discuss a previous year UPSC prelims question on delimitation asked in the year 2012. So, the question was, with reference to delimitation commission, consider the following statements. The first statement is the order of delimitation commission cannot be challenged in a court of law. The second is when the orders of the delimitation commission are laid before the Lok Sabha or state legislative assemblies, they cannot afford any modification in the orders. So, which of these statements are correct? The correct answer is both the statements are correct. Thank you for watching this video. You can download the PDF of these news from our website www.yuktmind.com under Current Affairs tab. Or also you can download the PDF from our Telegram channel, the link of which is given in description below. Thank you.